The mining industry continues to be the mainstay of Zambia's economy, contributing significantly to the gross domestic product. Government is implementing reforms in the sector to boost production and attract investments. President Hakainde Hichilema has called for investments in the extractive industry. He said this when he held discussions with Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative Board Chairperson Helen Clark at State House.
We need to exploit these resources in order to benefit our people. The question is responsible exploitation. I think that's where you come in. Responsible exploitation, responsible extraction, to look at sustainability, reasonable sustainability, to look at also generating revenues from these industries, the stock of mining for us, in a manner that will help us not to walk away from the industries, but to take responsibility that the populations coming after us have to have access to these resources. The populations coming from us must enjoy a higher standard of living because we will have managed these resources in a way that will have used the revenues to invest in other sectors that are renewable.
The president has, however, called for environmental protection in the exploitation of natural resources.
So we can use those resources not to damage the environment, unnecessarily, and occasion climate change, such as instigating droughts and floods. I think we need to do it properly, but really get these resource endowments so that we can invest in agriculture, irrigation agriculture, water harvest. From these resource endowments, we can develop our tourism. We can invest in environmental damage control measures. And what that spillage that happened, we agreed that while we want 3 million tons of copper, it must not be done at the expense of pollution.
Ms. Clark, who once served as Prime Minister of New Zealand, said countries need to benefit from their natural resources, especially in view of dwindling donor support.
In the current global context, where Western donors are less engaged and less funding is coming, that the more support that can be given to domestic resource mobilisation, the better, because being able to fund one's own development becomes more and more pressing.
And Mines Minister Paul Kabuso said government is working on a number of reforms to ensure transparency in the extractive industry.
We are also doing the Geological and Minerals Development Bill, which is at third reading in Parliament, which will run in tandem with the Mines and the Minerals Commission Act. It's serious reform, actually speaking to what EITI wants to achieve in terms of transparency and also making sure that the country benefits really from its resource.
President Hichilema also called for participation of more Zambians in the extractive industry and value addition of minerals.